Up with it, girl. Rock with it, girl. Show them it, girl. With a bang bang. Bounce with it, girl. Dance with it, girl.
Okay, so they're measuring at 38 and a half, which is bullshit. Hi guys, what's up? Today I wanted to do a 1 measurement update and 2 talk about growing muscle because I haven't really covered this topic yet and I feel like a lot of people are in their off season, their improvement season, bulk, whatever you want to call it. And I actually have not taken my measurements since December 4th. I have them all written down right here. And if you haven't been following the channel, if you're new, last summer I did a cut and just for myself, and then I went to LA, and after LA I started reverse dieting, and I have been in a caloric surplus since about middle of September. So I have been trying to gain muscle, specifically grow my legs and glutes, and like I said, the last time I measured them was December 4th, so those measurements were, my glutes were 38 and 3/4 inches, and then both my legs were 22 and 3/4 inches each. So I know visually I've seen a difference and I've put on muscle, but I think it's going to be kind of fun to share my update with you guys. So we will do that first. Okay, so they're measuring at 38 and a half, which doesn't really make sense to me because in December they were 38 and 3/4, and I'm pretty sure that was, 3 months ago. So, I don't know. Maybe I was, not paying attention when I measured them in December. Who knows? But regardless, it is what it is. And then I'm going to measure my legs, too. So right leg was measuring at 22 and a half. Left leg should probably be the same. That'd be kind of bad if they were different. So, same thing. But I have noticed a visual difference. This is why you measure your progress in more than one way. Just because different ways to track your progress will show you, more of a change as opposed to just relying on one way. I don't know, compare it to somebody telling you, hey, this movie is really good, as opposed to 10 people telling you, hey, this movie is really good. You're probably going to rely more on 10 people than on one person. So I feel like tracking it multiple ways is more reliable and credible. So there's that, but what I have noticed is, I don't know, again, the way that I look. And so if you follow me on Instagram, I posted a picture last week of my quads, and they have definitely gotten bigger, and I didn't measure, here, I'll just show you. So down here is not where I measured up here, but I know that this part of my quad has grown. If you can tell me, I'm flexing right now, it, sticks out a little bit, and it didn't used to do that. So, that is just one little thing to think about. But going back to when it was, mid-September, and I was starting my reverse diet and getting into a surplus, on September 25th, my glutes were 37 and a half, and then November 6th, so almost, okay, that's why 6 weeks later, they were 38 and 1/4. So I had almost added an inch. I added 3/4 of an inch in 2 months. And I remember taking those measurements, and I promise you, that's not fake, that really happened. I remember thinking wow, that's insane to me, because when I looked at myself, I didn't look that different, but when I measured, I was holy crap, that's a lot. And in that same time, I added 1/4 inch to both my legs. Yeah, so it's just steady progress. Track your shit. I always say progress, not perfection. Literally. I don't know how many times I have to show it, but it's literally my favorite quote. So yeah, that is the measurement portion, but again, just basically the topic of adding muscle. It takes time, obviously. Like, I have been in a surplus for October, November, December, January, February, March, 6 months. This is the first time that I have trained and eaten for my goals, because I have just recently, within the past couple years, learned a lot of things about, adding muscle, losing fat, cutting, bulking, all that good stuff. I have recently learned about that, and I plan to coach myself through my first prep, because coaches are expensive, and, why not? So I'm trying to learn everything that I can in order to be successful with that. And I would say my cut last summer went well. I wasn't perfect. I didn't follow it exactly. I went out on the weekends and I ate kind of what I wanted, but I tracked strictly throughout the week. And I got results, so I'm comfortable with that. And as far as improvement season goes, I think improvement season is very hard. Because you kind of have to force feed yourself to get yourself in a surplus, especially when you're not used to it. And you got to be careful with your macro breakdown, otherwise you're just gonna add weight in the wrong places, or like you'll add more fat as opposed to more muscle. It's all science. It all depends on the person, obviously, and I'm not claiming to know a whole lot about that, but I kind of get the gist of it. So I've been tracking, I track my stuff every day, and I follow my macros, which right now, I'm trying to eat 150 protein, about 315 carb, and 60 fat. But even then, that still doesn't put me in, that much of a surplus. I don't have it figured out, but maybe 2,400 calories. And my, base is 2,200. So maybe I need to eat more. I don't know. I definitely I train 5 times a week. And so I'm just trying to be consistent, because I know that everybody says consistency pays off, and I know it's true. So I just am going to continue on with my improvement season. I'm going to continue with that until probably June. So 3 more months to add some muscle. And I know that I will look I'll look more muscular when I'm leaner, because, there's no fat hiding the muscles. And I've even noticed lately that my shoulders look bigger. And I don't know, that's not because I'm leaner, that's because the muscle is bigger, because I'm not losing body fat right now. If anything, I'm adding body fat. So, again, like I said, I notice visual differences, but the measurements, don't show up, and I didn't measure my shoulders. I don't even know how you measure your shoulders. It's fine. Just use my eyeballs for that. So I know that when I lean down again, I will look a lot more athletic than I did last summer, and that's exciting to me. So got 3 more months to do this, because I'm studying abroad in China, which I've mentioned a few times. It's only for 3 weeks, and I will be back beginning of June, and then I will prep all summer. I haven't picked a show or anything. I kind of have an idea of how long of a prep I want to do, but that is to be decided. So I know this video was very brief, but I hope it helped someone. If you feel like you've hit a plateau or things are not going your way, just keep pushing, just keep chugging. We're in this together. We're going to keep going. If anything, I might increase my calories by 100 or something, nothing too crazy. And just keep training like I am already, and use what I know to do so. Probably increase my volume a little bit. I kind of switch between heavy lifting versus lifting for reps, just kind of so I don't get bored, but maybe this is an indicator that I need to change that. So yeah, I'm going to work on some homework now, per usual. And if you're still watching, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Please please subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.